Every moment is a thread in the vast fabric of time. But in Vedic astrology, time isn't just counted, it is felt, lived, and understood through the sacred lens of the Panchanga. Panchanga is the fivefold pulse of cosmic time. It has accurate data to calculate the position of the sun, the planets, and the nakshatras or star constellations. In the ancient science of Jyotish Shastra, the Panchanga is a living almanac, or it's a Vedic calendar that reveals the quality and energy of each moment. It has been used as a guide in choosing the right action at the right time and even the right intentions, aligning our lives with the rhythm of the cosmos. The Panchanga is made up of five key limbs of time: the cosmic time. It's the Tithi, which is the first one, the lunar day, measuring the moon's relationship with the sun, a marker of emotional tides and spiritual auspiciousness. Nakshatras, or the star constellations the moon is passing through, revealing the flavor of the day's energy and its influence on our inner being. Karana, the half of a Tithi, a final division that determines the success of actions and the karmic flow. Yoga, the angular relationship between the sun and the moon, revealing the hidden force behind the day, affecting our physical and mental balance. Vara, the weekday, each ruled by a specific planet, infusing the day with its own planetary essence and vibration. When these five come together, they create a snapshot of time, allowing us to navigate the life with awareness, choosing days for spiritual practices, travel, healing, business, or silence. The Panchanga is not just for astrologers or sages, it is for all of us who wish to walk in harmony with the nature's rhythm, to tune in rather than push through. By understanding the Panchanga, we attune to the subtle cycles of the cosmos, honor the intelligence of time, and reconnect with the sacred flow of life. In Vedic astrology, time is not just linear, it is sacred, multidimensional, and alive, and the key to unlocking its wisdom lies in the Panchanga, the five limbs of cosmic time. So let's dive into each element of the Panchanga and discover how it subtly weaves through every day of our lives. Tithi, or the lunar day, is the soul of the Panchanga. It marks the angular distance between the sun and the moon. In essence, how far the moon has moved from the sun since the new moon. There are 30 Tithis in a lunar month. Each Tithi carries emotional energy. It tells us whether the moon is waxing or waning and how that affects our moods, activities, and spiritual balances. Certain Tithis are auspicious for beginnings, while others are more inward, perfect for rest or reflection. For example, Ekadashi is sacred for fasting and spiritual practices, while Amavasya and Purnima carry deep transformative potential. The second limb in this cosmic Panchanga time is the nakshatras, or the lunar mansions. The nakshatras are the soul's starry path. There are 27 nakshatras, star clusters through which the moon travels every day. Each nakshatra carries a specific energy, deity, a ruling planet, symbol, and psychological influence are all associated with each one of these nakshatras. The effect of thinking, emotions, and the karmic tendencies. Nakshatras of the day can guide us in choosing the right actions, whether it's a good day for communication, healing, rituals, or the rest. For example, Ashwini Nakshatra is excellent for beginnings and healing, while Bharani brings intense transformation and depth. The third limb of the Panchanga is the Yoga. Yoga in the Panchanga isn't about physical postures, it's the angular relationship between the sun and the moon, calculated mathematically. It's the hidden energetic tone of the day. There are 27 yogas, and each one influences the mental and emotional atmosphere. Some yogas promote success and positivity, while others are best for caution, humility, or introspection. For example, Siddha Yoga is great for achievements, while Vyakipakta Yoga is considered inauspicious and better for spiritual practices than material ventures. The fourth limb of the Panchanga in cosmic time is Karana. Karana is half of a Tithi, meaning two Karanas in one lunar day. It relates to action, movement, and the ability to complete tasks. There are 11 Karanas, 4 are fixed, and 7 are repeating and movable. Karana tells us how grounded or unstable the energy is for certain actions, whether it's a good day to build, sign contracts, or do spiritual rituals. For example, Bhava, Palava, and Kaulava are favorable for most activities, whereas Vishti or Vishtibhadra is considered challenging, a time for caution and internal work. The Vara or the weekday is the fifth cosmic limb in time in part of the Panchanga. Vara is the most familiar limb though that we know of. It's the day of the week, but in Vedic astrology, each day is ruled by a planet, bringing a unique vibration. Sunday, for example, is ruled by the sun, which is power, leadership, and clarity. Monday, which is ruled by the moon, is emotional, nurturing, and reflection. Tuesday, which is ruled by Mars, is action, courage, and conflict. So, Wednesday now is Mercury. It is intellect, communication, and trade. Thursday, ruled by Jupiter, wisdom, teaching, spirituality is all associated with this. Friday, which is ruled by Venus, is all about love, beauty, and creativity. Saturday, which is ruled by Saturn, is about discipline, karma, and structure. Together, these five elements of the Panchanga offer a divine calendar, not just of dates and deadlines, but of cosmic rhythm and consciousness. When we live in harmony with these five limbs, we are no longer fighting time, we are flowing along with it. We have already seen in the previous video on Panchanga and Tithis that the moon takes 30 days to orbit the earth, and these days are called as Tithis, which is 12 degrees of separation per Tithi. On the new moon or Amavasya day, the moon is closest to the sun. Then moon starts the journey of 14 days, which are the waxing of the moon, called Shukla Paksha. Then we get full moon or Purnima, when the moon is furthest from the sun. Then the moon starts the journey of 14 days, which are the waning of the moon, called as Krishna Paksha. And moon completes the cycle, taking an average of 30 days, arriving at Amavasya day and again to start a new cycle. The weekdays were named based on the orbital cycles of the moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and this forms a systematic planetary time wheel that resets every 24 hours, aligning each day's sunrise with the specific planet and its lord. We live by the days of the week, Sunday to Saturday. But very few know that these are not just weekday names, they are part of a deeply intelligent cosmic cycle, inspired by the motion of the planets and the rhythm of the universe itself. In Vedic and ancient timekeeping traditions, the 7 days of the week were named after the 7 celestial bodies, each moving through the sky in their own divine timing. The planetary time is a dance of cycles. Each of these 7 celestial bodies takes a different amount of time to complete the orbit around the sun, and for the moon, its orbit around the earth. Their cycles form the foundation of time itself. The moon or the Chandra takes 30 days, Mercury or Buddha takes 88 days, Venus or Shukra takes 225 days, Sun or the Ravi takes 365 days, Mars or Mangal takes 687 days, Jupiter or Guru takes 12 years, Saturn or Shani takes 30 years. These durations are not just astronomical facts, they are clues to the deeper design of the weekday sequence itself. The planetary hour cycle has been placed beautifully into the 24-hour formula. Now, here's where it becomes beautifully precise as well. Each day is divided into 24 planetary hours, or the hora. The first hour after sunrise is ruled by a specific planet, which then lends the name to the day itself. The ruling planet of each subsequent hour follows a fixed sequence based on the slowest to the fastest orbit from the Earth's perspective. The sequence goes Saturn takes the longest, then Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Moon. This repeats every 7 hours in this exact order. So, how do the weekdays emerge? By following this sequence every hour and observing which planet rules the first hour after sunrise, we get the weekday name itself. Let's see how this cycle creates the days. If Saturn rules the first hour at sunrise, then it's called as Saturday or Shanivar. 7 hours later, the sequence continues. The next day at sunrise, the first hour is ruled by the sun or the Ravivar. Then it becomes Sunday. Then comes the moon or the moon day or Somvar. Then comes Mars, Tuesday or Mangalwar, followed by Mercury, it's Wednesday, Budhwar. Then Jupiter, which is Thursday, that is called as the Guruvar. Then Venus, which is Friday, called as the Shukravar. And then back to Saturn, repeating infinitely. It's a mathematical loop of celestial rhythm, blending planetary cycles into daily life with poetic precision. Sunrise matters a lot in Vedic astrology. A new day begins not at midnight, but at sunrise, the moment when the ruling planet of the first hour claims the energy of the day. That's why we say Shanivar begins at sunrise, ruled by Saturn, not at 12 am. This connects your daily energy to a living cosmic influence, not just a date on the calendar. From the cosmos to the clock, it's a living time cycle. The naming of weekdays isn't random, it's the result of an elegant astronomical system that merges planetary distance, orbital time, and hourly cycles. It's a reminder that time isn't mechanical, it is celestial. Every day is ruled by a graha or a planet, and every sunrise carries a new vibration. So, whenever you look at a weekday now, you look at it differently. Each planet lighting up as the day arrives. And so next time, wake up on a Monday or a Saturday, remember you are part of a cosmic clock, a 24-hour rhythm built from the heavens, guided by the planets, and designed to keep you aligned with the universe itself. Long before telescopes, clocks, or calendars, the sages of India looked at the sky and saw not just stars, but a divine language, a cosmic rhythm, and a mirror of the soul. This timeless knowledge, known as Jyotish, the eye of the Vedas, was not the isolated subject. It was woven directly into the fabric of the four sacred Vedas, the foundational texts of Sanatana Dharma. In Sanskrit, Vedas means knowledge, to know. So the four Vedas encompass some eternal knowledge. Let us begin at the source, the Chatur Vedas or the four Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, Samveda, and Atharva Veda, each a river of divine sound carrying unique wisdom for life, ritual, consciousness, and the cosmos. Rig Veda, the Veda of hymns and cosmic order, it was the oldest and the most revered. It's a collection of over 1,000 hymns in praise of the Devas, natural elements, and the universal order known as the RTA. Among these are the 32 powerful shlokas on Jyotish, exploring the movements of celestial bodies, time cycles, and their divine implications. It establishes the spiritual foundation of Jyotish, seeing the stars not just as objects but as living forces of consciousness. Second one, the Yajurveda, the Veda of ritual and sacrifice. The Yajurveda gives us the science of yajna, the sacred fire rituals, where time, intention, and cosmic alignment are everything. It contains 44 shlokas on Jyotish, connecting astrology with ritual timing, or also called as Muhurta, planetary offerings, and karmic purification. This Veda brings applied Jyotish, guiding when and how to act in harmony with the celestial forces. Third one is the Samaveda, the Veda of sound and harmony. The Samaveda is the melody of the ring, transforming Vedic hymns into sacred chants used in rituals and meditation. While it is less focused on direct Jyotish content, it reflects the vibrational essence of cosmic order, the frequency through which time flows. Its presence reminds us that Jyotish is also a sound science tied to mantra, tone, and resonance with the universe. The fourth one, the Atharva Veda, the Veda of earthly wisdom and mysticism. The Atharva Veda dives deep into earthly life, healing, mysticism, and subtle energies, and within it lies the richest repository of Jyotish content. With 162 shlokas on Jyotish, it explores planetary influences on health and mind, remedial measures like the for the doshas, like what is the upaya for the doshas, lunar and solar forces, protection mantras, and energetic alignment with the cosmos. Atharva Veda reveals Jyotish not just as a predictive tool, but as a spiritual science to harmonize the inner and the outer worlds. The Vedas are not just texts, they are cosmic blueprints, and hidden within them is Jyotish, the light that guides us through karma, dharma, and destiny. From the hymns of the rig to the rituals of Yajur, the chants of Sama to the healing wisdom of Atharva, Jyotish is the divine eye that sees through time. In the beginning there was sound, and from sound came knowledge, eternal, infinite, and divine. This knowledge was revealed to the great rishis, not written by them, but heard in deep states of meditation. That sacred knowledge is what we call the Veda. Also, Veda itself comes from the root Vid, which means to know. Veda is not a religion, a book, or a doctrine. It is Vidya, the timeless truth, the purest form of knowledge. But to truly understand and apply the Veda, the sages defined 6 limbs, tools to help us interpret, preserve, and embody this sacred wisdom. The 6 limbs of the Veda, or the Vedangas, just as the body has limbs to move and function, the Vedas have 6 limbs that help it to live, breathe, and express itself in the world. Shiksha, the science of pronunciation and sound. Chandas, the study of meter and rhythm in Vedic chants. Vyakarna, the rules of grammar and language. Nirukta, the art of etymology and interpretation of Vedic words. Kalpa, the ritual instruction and application of Vedic practices. Jyotisha, the science of time and light, the celestial limb that connects Earth to the cosmos. The focus of this series will be Jyotisha, the eye of the Veda. Among these 6 limbs, Jyotisha is the most mystical and the most misunderstood. Jyotisha means light. It is the Veda's eye, the vision that helps us see through the darkness of ignorance and illusion. It helps us understand Kala, the time, align with grahas, planetary forces, interpret the cycles of karma and dharma, and live in harmony with the cosmic rhythm. In this video series, we'll journey into the heart of Jyotisha, not just as astrology, but as a spiritual science, a map of light, and a guide for living consciously. The Veda is the soul, The Vedangas are its limbs, and Jyotisha is the eye, the one that sees beyond time into the truth. Imagine a great ancient tree rooted in the Vedas, rising through time, its branches reaching towards the stars. This is the tree of Jyotisha, the sacred science of light. Just as a tree grows with many limbs, so too does Jyotisha unfold through great branches, each revealing a unique aspect of our connection to the cosmos. So, the three branches of Jyotisha, these are the three sacred streams of Vedic astrology. The first one is Samhita, cosmic intelligence in the world. Samhita is the most earthly and expansive branch. It studies how celestial forces affect the collective, the natural world, and events on Earth. It predicts the weather, earthquakes, wars, epidemics, and global events, covers mundane astrology, Nimitta Shastra, omens, and astrological geography, helps us understand how the macrocosm mirrors the microcosm. So the macrocosm and the microcosm are interacting in here. It is the universal pulse, showing us how divine timing influences the rise and fall of civilizations, seasons, and the cycles of nature. The second one, Siddhanta, the astronomical backbone. Siddhanta means conclusion or established truth. It is the astronomical and mathematical heart of Jyotisha. It calculates planetary positions, eclipses, conjunctions, and time cycles. It's the science behind the Panchanga, the ephemeridis, and the solar lunar calendars. Rooted in ancient texts like the Surya Siddhanta, it provides the precision needed for all astrological calculations. If Jyotisha is a body, Siddhanta is its skeleton, the exactness, the math, the structure of the sky itself. The third one is the Hora, the astrology of human life. Hora is the most personal branch, the one that brings Jyotisha into our hearts and homes. Focuses on individual charts, karmic patterns, and life events. Includes Jataka, natal astrology, the Prashna, the question astrology, Muhurta, which is electional timing, and Nimitta, which is omens. It tells us about relationships, career, health, spiritual path, and even more. Aura is the mirror of the self, showing us how the dance of the planets reflects our inner journey. The Jyotisha tree, rooted in light. Together, these three branches, the Samhita, Siddhanta, and Hora, form the living Jyotisha tree. Samhita looks outward to the world, Siddhanta looks upward to the heavens, and Hora looks inward to the self. By understanding each branch, we begin to see not just predictions, but patterns, purpose, and divine presence woven into every moment. Jyotisha is not just astrology, it is a science of light, rhythm, and sacred order, a tree with deep roots, strong limbs, and infinite sky above us. When we look up at the sky, we see stars, planets, and the passage of time. But the ancient rishis saw much more. They saw a divine order, a mathematical rhythm, a map of the universe encoded in celestial motion. Siddhanta is the astronomical and mathematical core of Jyotish Shastra. This time is not just counted, but calculated with precision using the ancient wisdom of the Vedas. In the tree of Jyotisha, Siddhanta is the scientific and computational branch. It is the study of astronomy, not as theory, but as exact calculation. The positions of the planets, lunar phases, eclipses, conjunctions, and overall cosmic cycles. It provides the astronomical foundation for casting all the charts, calculating all the muhurats, and generating the Panchanga, the Vedic calendar. The 18 skandhas, ancient astronomical texts. In ancient India, sages composed at least 18 major siddhantas or skandhas, the treatises of astronomical wisdom. Each one offered unique models to understand the movement of the sun, moon, and the other planets. Some of the West well known include the Surya Siddhanta, the most influential and still in use today, Romanka Siddhanta, influenced by Babylonian astronomy, Paulisa Siddhanta, Vashishta Siddhanta, Paitamaha Siddhanta. These kandhas were more than just calculations, they were revelations. Each rishi offered a lens through which to see the cosmic clock at work. Panchasiddhantika, the synthesis of the five schools. In the 6th century, the brilliant sage and astronomer Rishi Varahamihira compiled the wisdom of the time into a masterwork called Panchasiddhantika, or the five astronomical canons. It harmonized five key systems: Surya Siddhanta, Romanka Siddhanta, Paulisa Siddhanta, Vashishta Siddhanta, Paitamaha Siddhanta. This became the backbone of the Vedic Panchanga system, enabling precise calculation of tithis, nakshatras, yogas, karanas, and the varas. Through these calculations, we align with the solar and the lunar months, the planetary transits, festival timings, ritual calendars, and the subtle flow of cosmic time. So why Siddhanta still matters today? In a world that is ruled by digital clocks and mechanical calendars, Siddhanta reconnects us to natural time, the rhythm of the sun, the heartbeat of the moon, and the cycles that influence not just seasons but spiritual energy. From Panchanga to personal horoscopes, the precision of Siddhanta ensures that every ritual, meditation, or life decision is in harmony with the cosmic order. The rishis didn't just study the stars, they measured the divine, and through Siddhanta, they handed us the tools to live in step with the universe itself. Astrology is not just about individual birth charts, but also it has been used to predict about entire kingdoms, oceans, harvests, animals, and even the rise and fall of civilizations. The world of Samhita is the collective wisdom of Jyotisha. This is where astrology meets nature, society, and the world events. This is where the stars speak to the earth itself. So, what is Samhita in Jyotisha? In Vedic astrology, Samhita is the branch that deals with mundane astrology, predictions related to countries, kings, rainfall, earthquakes, eclipses, omens, agriculture, and even more. It is the most practical and observational arm of Jyotisha, guiding rulers, farmers, healers, and travelers alike. So the great Samhita texts, across thousands of years, great rishis compiled this knowledge into sacred texts known as Samhitas. Each Samhita is a treasure chest of cosmic knowledge that has been applied to the world we live in. Brihad Samhita by Varamihira, the crown jewel of Samhita literature. Brihad Samhita, written by the legendary polymath Varamihira, is a massive encyclopedia work covering over 100 topics. Includes astrology, astronomy, weather prediction, architecture, also known as Vastu Shastra, omens or nimittas, dreams or swapnas, gemstones, rainfall cycles, planetary movements, and even more. It is still referenced by scholars, architects, and astrologers today. Varamihira combined observation, logic, and spiritual insight into a single brilliant volume, a true gem of ancient India. The second one, Brihaspati Samhita, attributed to the Rishi Brihaspati, the guru of all the Devas. This Samhita focuses on politics, economics, and governance. Also touches upon war, agriculture, and natural calamities, used in ancient times to guide kings and ministers in aligning policies with celestial rhythms. Parashara Samhita, the Rishi Parashara, known as for his contributions to Hora astrology, also gave insights through the Parashara Samhita, covers agricultural astrology, seasonal forecasts, omens, and the land-based observations, reflects a deep connection between Jyotisha and environmental balance. The Garga Samhita attributed to sage Garga Muni, who offers profound insight into the planetary phenomena, eclipses, and the different portents, widely accepted for its astrological accuracy and attention to celestial detail. Also revered for its link to Krishna's pastimes, especially in the Vaishnava tradition. Vashishta Samhita. The Vashishta Samhita is lesser known but equally profound, offering guidance on natural phenomena, ritual timings, and cosmic cycles. Touches upon rainfall pattern, seasonal changes, and the yagnas in accordance to planetary positions. Emphasizes the spiritual impact of natural events. So why does Samhita matter even today in a world that feels increasingly disconnected from nature? Samhita reminds us that everything is connected: the stars, the soil, the sky, and the soul. It teaches us to observe, to align, and to respect the living rhythm of earth as guided by the heavens. Samhita is not just prediction, it is perception, a way of seeing the earth through the eyes of the cosmos. Hora Shastra is the mystical and mathematical art of Vedic astrology that reveals the secrets of the soul, the script of karma, and the map of your life. What is Hora in Jyotisha? In the sacred science of Jyotisha, Hora is the branch that focuses on individual human life, birth charts, karmic patterns, the life events, relationships, career, health, and spiritual purpose. It answers life's most intimate questions through the lens of planetary positions and the zodiac signs. Aura is the mirror of the self, reflecting how the cosmos moves within us. Over the centuries, great sages and scholars have preserved this sacred knowledge in timeless texts. Each one is a guide to interpreting the language of the stars. The Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, BPHS, by Rishi Parashara, the crown jewel of classical astrology. The Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra was authored by the Rishi Parashara, the father of sage Vyasa. It is the most comprehensive and authoritative text on predictive astrology. Covers the grahas of the planets, rashis and the zodiac signs, bhavas, the houses, dashas, planetary periods, the yogas, planetary combinations, and different remedies or the upayas, still regarded as the core manual for Vedic astrologers worldwide. It is not just a book of predictions, it is a manual for understanding the unfolding of karma across lifetimes. Jataka Parijata by Vaidyanath Dikshita, a 14th century classic. Jataka Parijata synthesizes earlier texts and adds rich layers of interpretation and practical guidance, offers deep insights into the house analysis, planetary strength, and combination effects. Known for its clarity and structured approach, it's a favorite among scholars for teaching chart analysis techniques. The Brihad Jataka by Varamihira, written by the legendary sage. The Brihad Jataka is one of the earliest and most respected texts in Vedic astrology. It condenses vast astrological knowledge into a concise poetic form, focuses on birth charts, planetary effects, dashas, and yogas. Known for its elegant style and practical depth, it remains a cornerstone of Hora Shastra. Phaladipika by Manteshwara, meaning the light of fruits. The Phaladipika is a beautifully written and deeply insightful text by sage Mantreshwara, emphasizes planetary results on the phalas, the different yogas, dasha interpretations, and timing of events. It's beloved for its accessibility and poetic simplicity, making it perfect for both beginners and advanced students. Saravari by Kalyana Varma. It is authored by one of the most masterful summary of earlier works with clear guidelines on reading charts and understanding planetary influences. focuses on planetary effects in signs and houses, yoga results, and predictive methods. It has a structured textbook like clarity that makes it ideal for in-depth learning. So why does Hora still matter in your life? Hora is not just about prediction. It's about understanding your karmic story, embracing your potential, and navigating life's journey with the awareness and a purpose. These timeless texts are more than just manuals. They are the soul maps, revealing you the stars shaped how about your past, guiding your present, and whisper of your future. From Rishi Parashara to Varamira, from karma to liberation, Hora Shastra is the divine art of reading the story written through the sky and awakening the wisdom hidden in your own charts. Every life is a story written in coordination with the sky, and in the sacred science of Jyotisha, that story is interpreted through the lens of Hora Shastra, the branch of astrology that reveals the personal journey of the soul. From the moment of birth, the positions of the planets, stars, and signs form a divine code, and it is through these timeless systems that the rishis unlock the celestial script. So, what is Hora? In Sanskrit, Hora means hour or time, but in Jyotisha, it refers to the interpretive science of individual astrology. It answers questions like: what is my life purpose? When will I experience success, challenge, or transformation? What karmas have I brought into this life? To answer these, three sacred systems emerged: the Parashari, Jaimini, and the Nadi, each powerful, each distinct, each rooted in Rishi tradition. The Parashari system, shlokas of karma and prediction, the most widely practiced system, is the Parashari method, based on the legendary text, the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, or BPHS, attributed to Rishi Parashara. He is the father of Vyasa. This system uses shlokas, verses to describe principles, rashis of the signs, grahas and the planets, and the bhavas of the houses, dasha systems, especially the Vimshotri dasha system related to timing the events, yogas, planetary combinations to define life's potential. Parashari is like a cosmic algorithm, calculating karmas unfolding in a structural and detailed way. The Jaimini system, or the sutras of the soul, Rishi Jaimini is a disciple of Vyasa, offered a more mystical and condensed approach through the Jaimini Sutras. This system uses sutras, cryptic aphorisms rather than verses, special lagna points like Karkamsa, Papada, and Atmakaraka, Charadasha, and Rashi based predictions, a strong focus on soul journey, spiritual growth, and life themes. Gemini's system is intuitive and elegant, ideal for understanding the inner story of a soul beyond the events. Nadi astrology, the ancient flow of destiny, and then there is basically the most mysterious and powerful of all. Based on Nadi Granthas, ancient palm leaf written texts by sages like Agastya, Brigu, Kaka, Bhujandar, it is intuitive, direct, and incredibly precise. Uses fixed zodiac, planetary transits, and even names of people and future events. Often includes past life information, specific predictions, and remedial measures. Nadi just doesn't decode the chart, it reads the soul script like a divine database. Three paths, but there is one line. Together, these three systems form the backbone of Hora Shastra, giving us the tools to interpret time, karma, and consciousness. Parashari is about structure and prediction. Jaimini is about soul patterns and sutras. Nadi is about the flow of destiny written by the rishis. Each path leads us to the same truth, that the universe is not random but deeply intelligent, and your life is part of that divine plan. Jyotish Hora is not just about faith, it's about the fate itself. It's about insight, awareness, and aligning with the overall cosmic rhythm.